V6 for the EV, ride around my city. You should come ride with me, yeah. Feel me if you hear me sip water like a fish, sip box water to the gillies, yeah. This a new wave, this a takeover. Do it for the future, time to get a world a makeover. Time never stops, no the timing is not. Time to clean up the block. Streets been a mess, how can I breathe? Smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome in, everyone, to We Talk Hawks TV. We Talk Hawks Daily. I got the afternoon show for you guys. You want to know why? Because Quinn Snyder today has been introduced as the next head coach of the Atlanta Hawks. And let me tell you something, I have never felt this excited about a coach coming in, being introduced in a very long time. I felt somewhat excitement with our past head coach, but listen, let me tell you something. Sitting on my couch, turning on Bally Sports and watching that press conference, watching Quinn be introduced as the next head coach of the Atlanta Hawks is something special. You know what? I almost feel like this is like a win. I have got to hold on. You know, I'm always I'm kind of, you know, I like to you know, I know how to run this stuff. Let's see what we can do here. Let's get a little. Let's get a little celebration going on. How I put myself back in this? Let's see how I do.
Switch that V6 for the EV, ride around my city. You should come ride with me, yeah. Feel me if you hear me sip water like a fish, sip box water to the gillies, yeah. This a new wave, this a takeover. Do it for the future, time to get a world a makeover. Time never stops, no the timing is not. Time to clean up the block. Streets been a mess, how can I breathe? Smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see.
So, my bad, guys. I tried to run the whole song, but you know what I'm trying to do? Let's get hyped. Let's get hyped. Now, I'm not gonna waste any time. I got 50 minutes. And we're gonna talk about Quinn Snyder's post-game introductory press conference. But like I said, I got 50 minutes. Okay. Now let me get some shout outs in the chat. John was in here earlier. Welcome in. Yes, I agree. Quinn is he's a guy we're gonna come in and stack up some W's. And listen, I think you look situationally. He had multiple 50-win seasons. And he was up 3-1 in a couple playoff series. With us, I don't think we blow those series. I think you look at the roster, the build that we have, I think it's a lot better than what he had in Utah. But listen, let me tell you something. Ruffin Fam is right. The players will be held accountable. The players will be held accountable under Quinn Snyder. I just have some beautiful things that he was saying. Absolute brilliant mind, brilliant guy. Listen, this has been, y'all know me. You know, I talked to Matt. This has been my guy from day one, right here. This has been my guy from day one, Quinn Snyder. I just let me tell you something. I'm excited. I'm excited that he's here. Nate, well, welcome, man. I can talk to Nate now that he's gone and he's officially replaced now. You're not better, Nate. I'm sorry to have to tell you that. I don't know. I didn't listen to the 9290 game earlier, especially after that jerk, Mike Bell, thinks that he runs everything. You know, such a disgrace that he is. Sports and Society, what's up, bro? Welcome in. Let's see. So what's up, Madison? Checking in. Congrats on getting a solid coach. He might be able to help y'all players grow. Absolutely. But by the way, welcome in. Let me tell you something. Nate McMillan, I'm so glad. He was essentially, some people are going to say, what? One of the worst things that ever happened to this organization. He took us on a trick run to the conference finals that he didn't even coach the whole year for. He got a 34 game boost. No, 36 something. Yeah, 34 game boost. And listen, he took us there. You know, I'm grateful for it. But then he came out the next year, laid an egg, and he was laying eggs all this year. Didn't adjust. No offense. I am super excited to have this is the best head coach that Trey Young will. Finally, Trey Young has a coach that's going to, one, hold him accountable, and two, going to be able to build expectation. I did want Snyder. You're wrong. I hate to have to tell you that, but you're wrong. You said y'all struggling over there with Jason Mid. Listen, I like Jason Kidd. I like Jason Kidd, but I saw that press conference yesterday. I was like, what's going on in Dallas? What's going on in Dallas? Listen, I'm going to be really honest with you, Knick fans, okay? You all have been mediocre for so many years. You finally get a good season. Tibbs tricked you all before. You finally get a good season, which is, a couple games over 500, and you think that, Tibbs is coach of the year, and you all think y'all are going to go win a championship. Listen, let me tell you something. In no world is Tibbs better than Quinn Snyder. In no world. He signed a 5-year. Quinn signed a 5-year contract. Okay, 5 years. He's going to be here. And let me tell you something. If you look to, I don't know how it looks on the screen. If you look to the right of me, that way. If you go, hold up over here, y'all see those two banners, not the Dominique Wilkins one. I'm talking on this side. See those two banners up there? That is a banner that says 1958 NBA champions. Let me tell you something. We're getting a new banner that's going to say NBA champions in the very near future. Okay? 2 banners. That's embarrassing. Listen, Almighty Finesse. The Knicks have been a laughing stock for a lot of years. Okay? A lot of years. You all have a coach that has no life, and he runs the players into the ground. Okay? Listen, when you all lose in the first round of the playoffs or in the play-in, I don't want to hear anything. Okay? We're not going to rebuild. What sense would it make? What sense does it make to hire a guy like Quinn just to rebuild? That doesn't make any sense. And also, I never said I saw it. Can we use our brains at 3:06 in the afternoon? I never said I saw it. But we're going to have, of course I wasn't born in 1958, but we're going to see something new. So something that stood out to me, what he said was, so the reporters, they were like, why did you want to come in? No, you're wrong again. Listen, Almighty Finesse. Fact check before you speak. Second round exit coach, okay? Unlike Tibbs, who's a first round exit coach who runs everyone into the ground just to lose in the first round, okay? Second round type coach, gets up 3-1 with our team. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, we are going to be, you get a 3-1 lead with the Hawks. We're not going to lose that 3-1 lead. But one of the things he was like, one of the reasons I wanted to take this earlier was because, I want to build trust between the guys. When you think about it, right, you have a new coach coming in who is going to need some help. He's coming in 61 games into the year, going to be coaching tomorrow on the sidelines, up and down. And, he's going to need help. He said, I want to build the trust between the guys. So he said, I wanted to come in. I wanted to, yes, I'm going to implement my things, but I want to basically, it's going to be dependent on Trey. It's going to be dependent on Murray, Hunter. Those guys are going to have to show up for themselves and just listen to Snyder, what he sees on the fly. He also said that he wants to evaluate this team for the rest of the year to see what we need to do in the offseason. Okay. Exactly. Thank you. I tell you that. Thank you. Listen, I tell you what, Knicks fans are the most delusional fans I've ever seen. When you all get a star, let me know. Let me know. You all thought RJ Barrett was that? He's not. Let me know. But, like I said, brilliant guy. Bob said he was brilliant. Landry said he was brilliant. The energy that he brings. They asked him, they said, after stepping down in Utah, what are the biggest things that you learned during your time off? And he said, he's obviously talked about his family, but he said one of the biggest things that he wanted to look at was obviously ways that he could grow, and that was his approach to games, his ways of Almighty Finesse. I ought to hide you from the channel for saying such a blasphemous thing like that. So, I think that let me tell you, that is insane. When Jalen Brunson is averaging 27 and 10, let me know. Let me know when he's averaging 27 and 10. Okay, when he's averaging 27 points, 10 assists. Okay, let me know. Okay, you all sign him in free agency by tearing up your whole team, and you think he listen. You don't even know what you're talking about. Saying Brunson's better than Trey. Okay, now I would like to move away from that. Anyways, Quinn Snyder. I think what you're going to look at here is someone that is finally going to be able to hold Trey accountable. Why? His role in the front office is there. I think he's vice president of basketball operations. We are going to have a system of movement. We're going to have a system of, as he talks about, a culture of hard work. Exactly. The Knicks fans, they're still scarred about Trey Young quieting them in 5 games. That's so sad. He did it on you guys' home court. That's just so sad. He impacted winning when he sent you guys home, and you thought you were all that. Now, Quinn Snyder's ability to also build a staff is important. Okay, the staff is important as well. We still have some guys on the team that need development, but I think what you saw over the last 2 games with Prunty is that just implement a little movement. Things started to go downhill yesterday when the movement stopped. Implement a little movement, and you're gonna have something beautiful. Snyder is a guy that likes a lot of shooters. I expect us to add some shooters in the offseason, a lot of snipers, because the type of sets he runs. But listen, let me tell you something. In Snyder, you're getting a 50-plus win. I'll tell you what, that's the funniest thing you said all day. You said some blasphemous stuff. I'll tell you what, that's funny. He will implement movement. He will implement, and we need movement. Because listen, watching Trey pound the ball, watching Murray pound the ball to the court till there's a hole in it, running the pick and roll until Jesus comes back is not the way you're going to win ball games. Okay, I think his culture that he's going to bring, culture of hard work, culture of accountability, a culture of winning, a culture of being tough to beat. Listen, Mike. Nate McMillan will tell you himself he is not an offensive coach. He doesn't know anything about ball movement. He doesn't know anything about ball movement. And Nate never gave us any ball movement, okay? Or sets. You can't just run the pick and roll and expect it to work. You saw it. It failed in the playoffs tremendously. We need movement. And listen, I think Quinn will bring the consistency. I think he will. He's going to bring the consistency. He's going to bring the Hawks do not impose their will on teams from the jump every single game. Okay, we got to impose our will. We've got to come out ready to play. It's got to be something. It's got to be something. It's got to be. You've got to bring a high level of will to the game. Okay, doing a lot of talking. But I'm trying to catch you all up on what was really talked about. Obviously, he's a philosophy major. You know, I think that when you look at the way the team is constructed, we need a lot of cuts. Bogey Bogdanovich is not a backup point guard. Okay, I think when you saw him come off screens, he was at his best. Now, this dude is coaching tomorrow. Okay, he's gonna be on the sideline at State Farm Arena. Um, you know, thank you, Matt. I wish my guy Matt could get here. True basketball genius. True basketball genius. I know Dave, but these people are just so ridiculous. You know, I think that relationships, like Mike is talking about here, what Quinn talked about, relationships are key as well. You gotta have good relationships. I think that for people to just downplay, a relationship with the star player by saying, well, he's bowing down to Trey, or he's this, he's that, or he's just being Trey's yes man. Listen, it's foolish to say that Trey Young or DeJounte Murray should have no relationship with anyone. He needs to have a relationship with the head coach, and it needs to stay good. That starts with talking the same talk on the offensive side of the ball. Obviously, that's what Trey is first. But listen, let me tell you something. I got a stat here for you guys. Out of Quinn Snyder's 8 years in Utah, okay, he was hit all 8 years. His team had the best defensive rating in the NBA, holding teams to 102 points. Um, you know, by the way, you're not. Stop. I just hate when people lie. He's just lying. But I think, yeah, and like I said, I love the hire. Snyder's been my guy, but I wanted to wait until next season for him to, coach, because let me tell you something. This season, I really can't judge Snyder. Doesn't have time to implement his system, implement his culture. But listen, if he's successful, I'll give him that credit. But I'm really looking forward to next season on what Snyder can bring. Kareem, Snyder is both. I just said, he had the best. His teams had the best defensive rating in the NBA. All 8 years that he was in Utah. The second winningest coach in Utah franchise history. Listen, let me tell you something. We got the best coach on the market. We got a guy that is going to bring something we've never had. We're going to be top 10 in offense. We're going to be top 10 in defense. Those are the teams that win titles. We want titles. Those are the teams that win titles. So, thank you. I agree. I'm kind of treating the rest of the season as training camp. 35 against just name the teams for me, please. Just go and name the teams. I bet they're all in the 500. Just go and name like y'all beat the Wizards. Really, you beat the Wizards. Congratulations. I like Quinn, but analysts and Matt like he won a ring already. Listen, I'm not acting like I never said he won a ring. I am acting like the coach that he is. If Nate McMillan had 350 win seasons, and if Nate McMillan had the type of background, resume that Quinn Snyder had, he'd be Jesus Christ. So listen, we got to give Snyder his credit. He gets a clean slate coming here, okay? He gets a clean slate coming here, and I'm excited. I feel like Demond is here now. He'll bring up his playoff record, and his playoff record is what his playoff record is, right? But listen, I think that playoff record is going to be well above 500 when he get here with us. And listen, one of these days throughout this 5-year contract, my new background is going to have another banner on this side of me. On this side of me. What's up, Demond?
Analysts, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey man, y'all stop with the excuses. Stop with the excuses. Okay, 6 playoff attempts, 3 first-round losses, 3 second-round losses. Okay, 21-30. It's his playoff record. That's terrible. Okay, let's just call it what it is. See, let me tell you something, man. See, what y'all like to do is, because y'all be trying to be on this, I don't know if y'all trying to be positive or what, but let me tell you something, man. I don't deal in all that hope and dreams. Okay, 21-30. It is what it is. Let's just call it what it is. Like I told guys, listen. He is a playoff. Oh, you need the link? Hey, can you drop the link, analyst?
I got it.
Listen, like I told analyst and Matt, he is a regular season winner, okay, and a playoff loser. Okay? He's a playoff loser. Okay? And until he come here and prove me otherwise, that's what he known to me as, a failure in the playoffs. Okay? 6, he was in Utah for 8 seasons. 3 50-win seasons. And all I be hearing from Hawks fans is excuse on why this dude could not win. Excuse. That's all I hear is excuses on Hawks Twitter. They all making excuses for this guy. Okay? At the end of the day, I'm done with the excuses. He need to come here. We need to win games, get in the playoffs, win games in the playoffs. That's what we need to do. Okay, but let's keep it real. Right now, and you can call me a hater if you want to. But what you can't do is say say what the young kids say today, analysts. You can't say I'm capping. Okay? Because every time you say something, I'm gonna say, look at his playoff. What's his playoff record? 21-30. I know analysts and Matt probably tired of me posting that in the chat. Okay? 21-30. Okay? Let me see. Come on, Demond. Let's be serious about his record out west. Listen, Dave, I am being serious. But Dave, this is the thing. Am I lying? Am I lying when I say he's a playoff loser? 21-30. Now, I will say this, like I said on Twitter. I'm hoping he proved me wrong. I hope he come in here and shut me the fuck up. Oops, my bad. Shut me the hell up. But as of right now, y'all coming up here, y'all, every time I say his playoff record, all y'all give me excuse after excuse. Listen, I didn't watch the press conference because I'm at work, as you can see. But I hear analysts, Matt, wow, he's saying this, he's saying that. Wow. This is so amazing.
Hold on, Demond. I got a limited amount of time, Demond. So here's what I'm gonna say. I got a limited amount of time. Here's what I'm gonna say.
Go ahead, man.
Quinn, yes, you brought up his playoff record. Okay, his playoff record is not great. However, I think anybody his playoff record is 21-30. It's not good. But I will say, I think anybody, if they're being honest and they're being a pure fan, basketball fan in general, and you're saying your top 3 players is Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, and Joe Ingles is your top 3 players, I don't think most people would say that you can win 57 games and get to a game 7 in the second round. I don't think, if you're being honest.
Bogdanovich is a bum.
He's not a bum, but he's not a bum, but he wasn't one of the top 3 players. Their top 3 players again was Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, and Joe Ingles. What are Damon? Being honest, what would they have done with that with them three as his best players?
They would probably miss the playoffs.
Coaching matters. That's what y'all told me. Coaching matters. So you telling me, Matt, you telling me he could take that team, win 52 games,
57, or was it 55?
That's even worse. 57 games and get spanked in the playoffs. What happened, Matt?
No, he didn't get spanked. He lost in 7 games.
Explain to me how he blew a 3-1 lead in the playoffs. I need to know.
Oh my goodness! Again, Devon. Again, I'll be real
No,
short.
explain that, Matt.
All right. He went up 3-1. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Denver.
We probably finished that in Atlanta.
Denver changed their. They made adjustments. They started to go through the high pick and roll with Joker at the top of the key. Joker and what's his name? Murray at the top of the key. That pulled Gobert away from the rim. So when they they had to sit Gobert down. And when they sat Gobert down, they didn't have anybody to play behind him. They had trash behind him. So then once that didn't work, they went small. So then when they went small, Joker just killed them. I mean, he killed game after game after game. And then the Murray game, Mitchell could not stay with Murray. That's why Murray had that 50. I think what Murray had, 52? He couldn't. Donovan Mitchell couldn't stay with Murray. And when they did, and when they went to exclusive pick and roll, go back and watch. Denver went pick and roll like 50 times in a row because they went small and they couldn't stay with him. And then he went back to Gobert, and it was even worse with Gobert because Gobert can't move his feet at the top of the key on a pick and roll. So defensively,
Matt.
So that's why they lost the lead. He literally ran out of talent. He ran out of talent.
I'm looking here. I'm looking at his roster. Okay.
He ran out of talent.
No, wait. I'm being real. Okay. What I'm about to say is a fact. I am looking at his roster, right? I'm looking at his starting 5. Outside of his starting 5,
what the hell is
he got 2 players that's worth something. And that's Royce O'Neal and what is it? 2000 and last year's or the year before last, Jordan Clarkson. Okay. Other than that, he
was a bust before he got to Utah. Would that be correct?
Exactly. Before that, he had Udoka Uzubuike, Mayun Oni, Elijah Hughes, Ersan Ilyasova, and that was about it.
Come on, Damon. What the hell is he supposed to do with that? Be real, Damon. As you say, keep it 100. What is he supposed to do with that?
So what you're telling me, Matt, in that series when he was up 3-1, he got out coached.
Okay,
Damon. Because you said Utah. Because you said Denver made adjustments, right?
Yes.
By moving Joker, so that's coaching, right? So what you're telling me is Quinn didn't know how to adjust to combat that.
No. Listen, okay, Damon.
You told me how Denver made adjustments to score the ball. Why couldn't Utah score the ball?
No, Utah scored the ball. Remember, all them games was in the hundreds. I think they lost game 7
that's right. So they couldn't play defense. They can't defend. You told me. So he's not a defensive guy?
Damon, oh my goodness, Damon.
No,
okay, let me put it. All right, Damon. Let me put it another. Damon, let me put it. Damon, let me put it in another way. Okay, imagine if he was coaching the Hawks. He didn't have DeAndre Hunter. He didn't have a player. Well, fine. He had Trey Young. He didn't have Murray, right?
Okay.
He didn't have Murray. He didn't have Trey. He didn't have Murray. He didn't have Capella, right? Because Capella couldn't play. He didn't have Okongwu. He didn't have DeAndre Hunter.
Sadiq Bey.
He didn't have Sadiq Bey.
Who's been balling lately?
Right, no, I'll give him Bey. I'll compare. I'll be generous and compare Royce O'Neal to Sadiq Bey. I'll give him Sadiq Bey.
Okay.
Right? And you don't have Jalen Johnson, right? And you're going up against Joker. So, Damon, what exactly?
And well, I guess you could say he had Bogey with the other Bogey.
Oh yeah, Bogey. But Damon, what? So if you're coaching against that Denver team and you don't got Capella, you don't got Onyeka, you don't got Jalen, you don't got Murray, and you don't have
instead
Hunter.
You got TLC,
you don't have Hunter,
Emmanuel Moutier.
What was that, Damon? What would you do? How would you win that series, Damon?
Listen, let me tell you what. Somebody that's a genius like myself. Let me tell you what I would have done.
Okay.
A real basketball genius. What I would have done is, guess what? I would have already been like, you know what? I need somebody who could play small ball.
That's what we're gonna do here.
Because remember, at this time, Golden State had already switched to the small ball stuff. So everybody know your big man like the Bears and stuff was getting phased out. So it sounds like to me that Utah was not prepared to play modern basketball, because guess what, Matt? How many times he been to the playoffs with the Jazz?
6.
How many?
6. 6 of the 8 years.
So he had.
Or 7. I think it was 7. 7 of the 8 years.
So he had 5 opportunities to tweak the roster however he wanted to tweak it, and he chose not to. He chose to run with Gobert.
No, Damon.
Gobert.
No, Damon. But Damon, if you pull up articles right now from when he left Utah, there's several articles that talk about his relationship with the GM, how fractured that was, how they did not agree with several key components of the roster.
Oh, guess what? That's deja vu. That sounds like what happened here.
But
that sounds like what happened here, and y'all told me.
The difference is Nate has talent. It's universally recognized. Everybody agrees the Hawks have talent. I've never heard anybody say the Hawks don't have talent.
Let's see. He lost to the Clippers in the second round, bro. He never been to the conference finals. I don't know what you talk about, Anthony Corey. He never made it to the conference finals, pimp. Never.
No, I understand, but
the Clippers that year, I think they had a healthy Kawhi and PG.
They did, and y'all know who he had to guard: Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, Joe Ingles, and Royce O'Neal.
All I hear is excuses. They did that. What did he do to combat that?
But
how long PG and Westbrook, they had been playing together in LA. That ain't the first time he's seen that.
But Damon, what I'm saying is, if you literally, Damon, like I said, if we played a team that if we played the Clippers with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, we don't have DeAndre Hunter. We don't have we don't got Hunter. We don't got Hunter. We don't got Murray. We don't got Johnson. We don't got Onyeka. We don't have Capella. Like literally, what is he supposed to go to?
Matt, you keep listing our players like these some type of all-star players we got here.
No, Damon, I'm just saying, literally, at some point you run out of players. You run out of talent.
Hey, can I say this real quick though? Because I hear that running out of players type stuff though. But like, bruh, I'm sorry. If you up 3-1, Matt, you don't run out of players, bro. It's not no running out of talent. It's something else that went wrong. Because if you ran out of talent and didn't have the talent, you wouldn't go up 3-1. Okay,
but Mike, I just explained to you how they went up 3-1. I just explained to you how they went up 3-1 and how they lost 3-1.
Matt said
you're reasoning out coach. That's what you're doing. You're reasoning getting out coached. If we were up 3-1 with Nate or something like that, bro, you would scream all day he got out coached.
But okay,
you say he got out coached even on the simplest of things. I want Quinn to succeed. But we're just saying, call it like it is.
All right, Mike. So if you coaching the Hawks, all right, if you coaching the Hawks, or you're right, and you're playing against Joker, right? And before you were able to win because they weren't going through Joker, but now they're going through Joker. They made their adjustment. They moved Joker out closer to the perimeter. Now they're going through him every play with the handoffs and the ball screens. You don't have Capella, you don't have Onyeka, and you don't have Jalen Johnson on your roster. Or you have Capella, but you have to send him because they're moving him out closer to the perimeter, and you can't play that style of basketball. So you don't got Onyeka and you don't got Jalen. Well, how are you going to win that series? And they're playing exclusively through Joker at the top.
How are you going to win that series?
So basically,
how are you going to win that series, Matt? You only gotta win one game in that situation.
I'm asking you, how would you win?
You gotta win that one game.
So, but Mike,
same way you won the other 3.
Well, let me propose this. Let's say
some way to make it adjustment to where they got the.
What they did. Well, okay, so let me say this real quick, right? I want to say this real quick, right? Let's say that Snyder went into the series and brings
I don't necessarily have that team in mind right now at the
let me
point in time. Doc Rivers has lost 3-1.
All Mike and Demond. All I'm saying is, if we're being honest as basketball fans, if your 4 best players is Donovan Mitchell, Joe Ingles, Royce O'Neal, and Bojan Bogdanovic, you got to be honest. That's not a very talented roster.
That's been their core for a long
won
time.
55 games.
So what you telling
had number 1 offense and number 1 defense.
So basically, so what you telling me is this. So those 50-win seasons was a fluke.
Okay, Mike. Demond, do you believe that 60?
You telling me you name all them players like they scrubs? So you telling me all them 51 seasons he got, they was fugazi because those dudes. He not really that good. He not a winner, dog.
No, Demond. What I'm saying is he was brilliant enough to come up with game plans and a system that took that least barely talented team and made them a top seed in the West. That's what I'm saying.
Let me jump in here real quick.
Hold on, let me finish this ticket because I got to get back to work, man. I just hopped in here real quick because listen, man. Okay, first let me say something to Dave. Dave, listen, man. All I'm doing is this. I'm just telling people, let's be real here. The dude has a losing playoff record. And you know what? Instead of people saying, you know what? You're right. He got a losing playoff record. Hopefully he come here and do better. All I hear is, well, he got a losing record because of blah, blah, blah. No, his ass has got a losing record because he got out coached. Point blank, period.
But Demond, okay, all right, Demond, do you think Bud was a good coach when he left here?
Hell yeah.
Okay, and he won 60 games with a roster that most people would say is not that talented. But he's not a fluke, right? The multiple 45,
did, but he also wasn't up 3-1 though, Matt. He never blew it.
That's not a good comparison.
How is it not a good comparison?
Go ahead.
That's not a good comparison because
go ahead, Gerald.
Because Bud got to the conference finals.
Never blew it.
Bud got to the
league. And I want to make it clear.
He also had four All-Stars.
I want Snyder to succeed here and get us a ring, okay? But go ahead.
I'm not saying he's flawless. He has some drawbacks. All I'm saying is, if we're being honest, pure basketball fans, look at the roster he had in Utah. Most people would say that's not a super duper talented roster filled with a bunch of talent.
Yeah, and I agree. And what I did was I pulled up.
Read some of the names on that roster.
So yeah, I'm gonna read some of the names of their roster. I'm gonna read some of the names who they lost to because I was gonna say that. Let's say because I did watch that series, right? And let's say that Mike Malone waited till I guess they were down 3-1 to play through Jokic on the perimeter, and let's say Quinn Snyder went into that series, right? And he said, man, if they come in attacking and making Rudy come out to the perimeter, we basically done. And they didn't do that until they were up 3-1. You know, it's kind of hard to say. But real quick, I'm gonna read some of these names. I outside of the starting 5, basically Snyder was only able to go too deep into his bench with Royce O'Neal and Jordan Clarkson. The rest of these, listen, Elijah Hughes wouldn't get no minutes. I didn't know who this dude, Mai Oni, whatever his name, Udoka Uzubuki. Nobody knows who those guys are. Versus,
I know who Uzubuki is. I know who Ilyasova is. What you talking about?
Hey, can I get in on that?
I don't know the first guy, but I know the next two. I know Ilyasova. I know Azubuike. I know they starters still on top of that. But understand though, but like Demond said, Demond fans, you add
Is that my end? Mike going in and out? Is that just
Mike going in and out? Go ahead, Gerald.
Go ahead, Gerald.
So I understand.
I ain't saying nothing.
I understand the optimism of having Quinn. I'm gonna give him a fair shake myself. I think what is going on is there's a how I want to say this. There's an issue where everybody making Quinn out to be, they giving him a reputation that he hasn't earned yet based on his results. I think that's the main issue. So
what do you mean by that?
For instance, Matt, I would understand what you're saying if you said he maxed out the talent if he didn't have multiple 50-win seasons that ended up resulting in a first-round loss or a second-round loss. So, and then also, if he wouldn't have had a 3-1 lead, then I could give you that argument as well. He was in positions multiple times to close out opponents in the playoffs, and he didn't do it.
Talk to him, Ticket.
So that, I think, Matt, that's where a lot of people are like, okay, Quinn is good, but he's not what everybody. I get a lot of people are happy that Nate's gone, but let's not act like this guy's the second coming of Phil Jackson.
Hold on, Gerald. All I've said, Gerald. Hold on, wait, Gerald. Hold on, Gerald. All I've said was I've repeated what Quinn Snyder, and this is a Googleable fact. This is not me. The Googleable fact. Quinn Snyder, and Bob alluded to it when he introduced him. He is known universally behind the scenes, and you read Utah people. He's known as a offensive genius. That is a fact.
That's not. No, nobody's not.
How's that a fact?
That's not. That's a.
No. Hey, can I say something on that real quick?
Hold on,
because,
Mike.
But Matt, right? I watched a lot of Quinn Snyder stuff.
Critical about that because when Sam Mitchell is on NBA Game Time and he says that Nate is a good coach, you have what's the word? You object to that, but if somebody vouches for Quinn Snyder, then it's a fact. You can't have it both ways, man.
No, I'm saying I'm saying with Nate. Go ahead, Mike.
No, I was just gonna say that, like, I understand what he's saying because I'm literally watching like YouTube stuff, right? They drawing the plays and everything that Quinn Snyder go to. But you know what's funny about it? I'm sitting there watching it. Keywords they saying, good screener. And then even so, you looking at stuff or whatever. I'm watching. I'm seeing when players on Utah, Mike Conley, all these other players, not necessarily making the correct screens they need to make. A coach can call the plays, but the players still got to make the shot and they still got to execute. And that's what I be trying to harp on. If he want to do all this stuff and everything, and they setting really no other way to say half-ass screens, bro, his play ain't gonna work. Again, I seen it with Utah too, just watching the stuff and everything. Good call, good draw up, good job drawing it up. But you got Donovan Mitchell kind of just running around and everybody just running by each other necessarily, not actually screening guys. And it's still getting defended. Or he get a shot off and it's a brick or an air ball or something like that. So like for me, bro, it just like, yeah, Quinn Snyder, he got to still develop. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he's like Bud in a sense, whatever. Couldn't get it done with the first team and get it done with the next one. Hopefully so. That'd be great for us. I'm just, like I said, I just, like Ticket was saying, man, you're not gonna sit here and act like he won some championships or something like that.
No,
bro.
hold on, Mike and Gerald, I'm not saying he won a championship. All I'm saying, these are the 3 points I'm making. One, in Utah, the last 5 years, and this is also a Googleable fact, the last 5 years, he's had the highest winning percentage in the Western Conference in the regular season. The highest winning percentage.
And no finals appearances, dog.
I got that, I got that, but I'm saying the last 5 years, he's had the highest win percentage in the Western Conference.
Matt, Matt, listen to me. Matt, I told you, I gave you that point already, Matt. I say he is a regular season winner, but he is a playoff loser.
Yeah, you can't really debate that, Matt. As of right now,
you want to talk about the fast? Google that. 21-30 in the playoffs is loser.
DeMont,
That's
okay,
loser.
DeMont, I got that they were 21-30. I got that.
That was better than where we're coming from.
And Matt
DeMont,
trying to tell me,
But
hey,
no,
Matt trying to tell me,
that's
hey,
true too,
hey,
analyst. But that doesn't make him.
hey, Ticket.
That
Hey,
doesn't change the
Ticket.
fact that he a playoff loser.
Hey, Ticket. Hey, Matt over here talking about some. Hey, what about his G League championship? No one care about that nonsense, man.
I'm just saying. Nick Nurse won a G League championship, came in the NBA and won a championship. So I'm just saying
Becky
that
Hammond won a G League championship
and went to the
Becky
WNBA and won a championship her first year. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying he's going to win a title immediately. I'm not saying that
You said 2 years. You said 2 years.
Yeah, in 2 years, I believe he will win a championship with us. I do believe that. We're not missing that much. Like, again, like I said, the national people, they're upset we got him. They're like, why would he go to Atlanta? Why would he want to go in that toxic environment with guys that don't know?
They understand that we got a very good coach, and this is
Can I
going to
say
work.
this? Let me say this, because it's the same reason why I'm telling DeMond not to worry about DJ signing. All right, Quinn been to Atlanta already. Y'all got to understand, man. Atlanta is a world-class city, man. You feel me? Despite all the bull that might be going in the franchise, and then if anybody set their bias and hate aside when it comes to sport, it ain't no denying Atlanta is not no top city in this country. You ain't really beating Atlanta too much like that. You really not. You just really not, man. It's a lot. It's developed like crazy. Quinn Snyder said it himself. He said, "My wife." I didn't know this. I guess his wife maybe spent time here in childhood, and also too, she was with him when he was last in Atlanta. So that played a big part in it too. He giving stuff on. He's like, "Yeah, I'm coming to the A. My wife love it." Yeah, then too, he kick it. He like black culture too. You know what I'm saying? So hey, there you go. This is the place to be, man. You actually live and be able to eat food and you know where Martin Luther King actually lived and grew up. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I said, don't sleep on the A, man. You feel me? Like just don't sleep on it, man. It's gonna start turning around for these stars and
Mike,
stuff too. They ain't gonna hate on them too much long.
Mike, but no, that wasn't the point. The point they said that because it wasn't that Atlanta is just such a bad place for it. To be honest with you, it had nothing even to do with us being a toxic organization. They were upset, especially Wendy. Big Wendy needs to find a treadmill.
He was hella upset.
So he needs to find a treadmill and a diet instead of talking about us. Okay, they understand that Quinn Snyder coming here is actually a very good move, and they don't like it. The media has never liked us. They never supported us. And now that they see, it's basically like watching the team that you hate the most make a really, 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 really good move, and you're like, God, dog it. It's like they actually, I can't deny
they said
they're actually going to be better now.
Top 6. They said top 6 to top 10 coach in the league.
That's not. That's not.
Hey, let me say something real quick.
Based on his resume, I can't agree with that.
Hey, listen. I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Salute to everybody in the building, man. The chat, everybody on the panel. Salute the analysts for running the show today. Check it out. All right. I hope Quinn come here, and I hope he turn into a playoff winner. But right now, okay, right now.
Look at Gerald. Look at Gerald.
Right? Listen. Let me say Hey, let me say this before I leave. Before I have to do this shit full time, I get fired. Listen. Right now, hey, his record says he a playoff loser. Now, when I say that, it don't mean, I hope he don't come here and turn it. I hope he come here and make me eat my words, okay? But let me tell you something. I'm not on that winning the press like I told Matt. Yay, hooray. We won the press conference championship today. Who cares, okay? When he get here, when he take over this team, his ass is on the clock. Okay.
So you're gonna judge him tomorrow,
I'm judging as soon as the day he signed the contract, he's the coach. Am I correct? Am I wrong or no?
I'm just asking. Tomorrow, are you judging him tomorrow?
If his ass on the sideline, you damn right I'm judging him.
Oh, analysts, we need to buckle up then.
Yeah, I'm judging him. Because let me
no
tell you
time to
something.
implement anything.
I'm gonna piggyback off of that. I'm not doing
no excuses, bro. He is the coach of the Atlanta Hawks. No, I ain't doing that. Well, you gotta
61
wait.
games into the season.
Well,
No,
I'm saying, you know what, analyst? I'm glad you said that because guess what? When Nate McMillan took over, he took us to the conference final year 1. Let's see what this guy
No,
can do.
wait.
Let's see the
No,
basketball.
wait.
Oh,
Whoa.
hey, fellas,
Just for the record. For the record.
check it out.
Hey, fellas, I gotta go. I'm gonna catch up with y'all, man. Y'all stay
All right,
up, man. Hey, hit that like button, guys. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.
All right, Jamon.
Analyst and
Go
Matt,
ahead.
you can't give Quinn that pass because he chose to go to the sideline.
He did.
He had a choice to wait until next season. You see what I'm saying? So Damon, right? If you choose to get on that sideline, then it's different if we didn't have a coach in place and they like, man, we need you to go ahead and go on and get rolling. Well, we actually got somebody that's competent enough and pronted to run it for the rest of the season. Y'all see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if you volunteer to go in that fire, knowing what situation you in, you open yourself up to be judged from day one. I'm not saying I'm gonna do it, but people that will do it.
I even gave Nate that pass. I said he's taking over mid-season with not the time to implement his style.
You're right. No, you're right. I'm saying, and I'm on your side. I'm not gonna really judge him this year, but somebody that will judge him, they're perfectly right to do it because at the end of the day, he volunteered to come in mid-season.
No, I agree with that, and I think he's smart enough tactfully to be able to adjust on the fly. But I'm just saying, I'm not worried about tomorrow's game in particular. But I'm just saying, anytime generally you get a new coach, it's kind of a rough transition period. Whether you win or lose, just the way that the game plays out, it's a little rough. So,
but then Matt, you said as soon as Nate is gone,
huh?
You said as soon as Nate is gone, we gonna blow up. So
the last two games have been evident.
It's been exactly what you predicted. I'm gonna give you that. I'm happy you was right. But you can't.
No,
you can't.
I think Quinn over time, Gerald, and y'all. I think over time, like I said, I believe in the next 2 years we're gonna win the championship. I really do, because I think he's going to take what we do well, and he's really going to amplify that. You know what I'm saying? And then defensively, I think he's going to be able to do creative things on defense, like you talked about yesterday, Damon. Some of that stuff that Sam Mitchell was talking about yesterday. That's what I was talking about with Nate. Some of the stuff he didn't do, the traps and pushing the ball up the court and playing into guys more often. And I'm like, that's the creative stuff that I want to see from Nate that we never saw. We never saw Trey and Murray blitzing on the ball, or what I'm saying, putting Trey in positions where he can utilize his speed and his intelligence. We never saw that.
But Matt,
under Nate.
Sam said is the players have the two to do it.
Say it one more time.
Can you hear me?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
What about now? Is that better?
That's way better, yeah.
Okay. I was saying that Sam Mitchell also said that the coach can draw it up, but the players got to have the want to do that as well. So it's a two-way street, and I'm not making an excuse for Nate. I ain't doing that at all. I'm just saying that Sam Mitchell, him and Steve Smith, they held everybody accountable that was on the sideline. He held the players.
Makes a lot of assumptions, bro. He make a lot of assumptions. He just skip over the players, thinking that it's all the coach and he gonna do this and that and everything. Like, bro, I was just telling you, like, the coach can draw the play up, but if they don't set solid screens, that great play ain't gonna work, bro.
Mike, I was talking about on defense. Like I said, we don't even see like the traps and stuff.
It's the same thing.
On defense, Matt, on defense is the same thing. If they're not giving 100% effort, no matter what I call on defense, when I call it, it's not gonna work. If they out there being lazy, if they're not engaged for 48 minutes.
But Mike, let's take Trey out of the equation. We don't even see it when Trey's on the bench.
I'm not talking about Trey.
Well, no, we not.
I'm not talking about Trey,
specifying
Matt.
a player. We
Matt, I
talking in
didn't say
general.
Trey. We talking about the
general,
entire
man.
team. This team is inconsistent because they all do it.
Y'all saying Murray. So I was saying like Murray. I think Murray and Okongwu and them. I think if Nate instruction was to trap the ball or blitz, I think they would do that. I don't think they're blowing him off.
I think they were just giving an example of a defensive call to just say that you can call something, but it's on the players to actually want to do it, particularly on the defensive end.
I agree with that. But I'm just saying with Nate, I don't think he called it because we didn't see it at all. Like not even a little bit of it. So it's not like we saw a half-ass. We didn't see it at all.
I think he didn't call it because he knew the personality of his team being lazy on the defensive end in practice.
Dang, you calling him lazy? I can't call him that.
Well,
no, I know on the defensive end, but it's a lot of lazy players in the NBA on the defensive end now, Matt. That's not far-fetched.
I can see that.
I mean, yeah, but Gerald, I think if you call, like I said, with certain ball handlers, if you call blitzes with Murray and Onyeka at the top of the key, I think they both show energy and both show all NBA level defense.
Onyeka he will do it, yes. But when you're doing the blitzes, normally your PG. We know Trey's personality. Now Trey will play defense when he want to, but the key is when he want to.
That's why I said Murray.
It's not, but a blitz is normally with the point guard and the big, not the shooting guard.
If you put there were multiple Trey was out the game and it was just Murray and Onyeka.
No defense don't work, bro. No defense don't work. Matt, no defense gonna work if you talking about two players playing defense, bro, or one player playing defense. Like that ain't finna work, dog. It's just not. If it's only one or two players out of the five giving full effort and doing right and stuff like that, but three of them ain't. But I mean, it's tough. You got one player not, bro, because the other team, as long as they playing good offense unselfishly, you gonna kill it. You feel me?
So
okay, Hawks and Mavs. Yesterday, no, Hawks and Mavs yesterday had the exact same type games, right? Gave up some leads. The Mavs lost. We ain't lose. But the Lakers, in a sense, did the same thing, kind of what the Nets did. You kind of targeted a certain one that you know that might not be as consistent or what's.
I said I'm listening to y'all. I'm about to feed the baby.
Okay.
Okay, but anyway, what I'm saying is that because it's not like, and I'm not picking that Trey or anything like that. So I'll just kind of use that as an example. You know, I don't want anybody to start feeling like that crap. But anyway, if all five not there, and I don't want to sound all stupid like Nate, but I can understand his message when he's saying it, even though it's old school stupid. When he say connecting stuff like that, means all of y'all, every single one of y'all on the floor have to be giving consistent effort, talking to one another, and playing defense. As soon as it's one, two of you, God forbid, three, bro, y'all not doing what you're supposed to, not closing out, not giving effort, not hedging when somebody say switch or do this and that, when somebody on the court trying to say and do it, but you don't do it, or get out there really, or you do it with your hands down and not hands up being active. Like, bro, we not playing great defense then. It's not really gonna truly be no impact. So they all have to do it, and they all have to be consistent, and they all have to do that. And I believe, I feel you though, Matt. Okay, cool. Quinn can get us to a championship. Okay. But that's a if after that our guys buy in and lock in and stay that way. I have no doubt that they'll do it probably this year. I mean, the rest of this year and next year. And I don't want to get too much further though, but hopefully we'll go ahead and win right away then. That'll be the greatest thing because I just question how long it's gonna last.
I think they are renewed, and I think that they are rejuvenated, and I think they're ready to go. But I don't think that, like I said, my issues with the old guy was the rotations. Like I said, when I'm looking at is all of Nate's shortcomings. This guy, this is what he's great at. He's great at tactical, being tactical. He's great at X's and O's. He's great at, rotations. They don't complain about his X's and O's. They don't complain about his rotations in Utah. They don't complain about those type of things. So all the things that I felt Nate really sucked at or lacking, that's a better word, he's really good at. So I think the pitfalls that we had as a team, it's not going to be the same pitfalls. It may be new pitfalls or different pitfalls, but the things that hurt us under Nate, I don't think it's going to hurt us under Quinn.
All right, Matt. I don't want to. All right. So I just want to bring this up because we talked about it for a minute. You might have been in the chat at the time like I was, and, analysts pulled it up, though. But it is not for anything. It's not, he didn't do it for no reason, though. But he spoke about relationships. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's a reason for that. The reason why Nate, man, so that they can stay that way or whatever. Again, I'm not saying Nate would have got us to a championship. I'm definitely not saying that. Not at all. Now, as far as us being already in the 6th spot at this point, we could have been that way with Nate instead of like, and everybody what else feeling. But it's the thing that relationships got sour because we already know Nate tried to go over the offseason. He flew out to OKC. Why did he do that? For the relationship. Quinn spoke on relationship and doing that so that you can coach. We already saw that obviously the relationship somehow, somewhere, even before the little thing during this season, must have happened even before the Miami series. I don't know when it happened, y'all. Where somebody else can tell me initially where the breakdown happened between Trey and Nate. You know what I'm saying?
I think, like I said, I always say I thought it happened in the Miami series. I thought he got into that Miami series.
Well, I feel like, in my opinion, that's when it happened with me too, bro, with Trey. And I turned up on him because for me, Trey quit. You blame the coach. But I still saw Trey like straight up quit, bro. Even despite a coach, dog, you don't go that far off your just averages, dog. You might shoot bad or something like that, bro. But Trey was notoriously bad. Why? Because he was giving up. Probably the breakdown happened too because Trey literally had hands put around his neck and nobody on the team stepped up. All of them showed to be hoes. Trey ain't really do nothing and nobody on the squad did anything. You feel me? You remember when Nerlens Noel hit Trey in the Eastern Conference Finals run, first playoff run against the Knicks? Who stepped up? Solo did when it came going to the locker room. That's so at least Trey knew, like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Because that be real, man. Trey ain't finna do nothing. So he need to at least be, comfortable. Like, I ain't gonna run away, but at the same time, I want to know these folks got me. You know what I'm saying? But ain't nobody on the team doing anything. Jimmy should have got some check to him. You feel me? But that fueled everything else up before Miami side to just push around.
Piggyback off of Mike, you gotta Trey. It do seem like Trey quit because his effort, increasingly diminished during that playoff series against Miami. So, like I always say, if the coach shit ain't working, I ain't denying that, Matt, that it was a lot of shit that Nate did that didn't work. But even if it don't even look like it'll work, you still got to run it at full speed. And let's tell you this. If you run it full speed, the coach can say, this shit ain't working. This shit my fault. But if you don't run it full speed, it's automatically going to be on the player.
He going to have a reason. I agree. Like y'all ain't doing it.
No, I agree with that.
I can say that even if I knew the play was bad.
I mean, to me, Gerald, it's for me, I have a hard time, unless it's just like blatantly obvious. I have a hard time saying effort because to me, like they're professionals. Like at any job, a plumber, electrician, any profession, I'm not going to say like a guy is not giving effort. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I had a hard time being like, that's the first thing I look at. I mean, I think they're giving effort. I think it was a situation where, and this is why I go back to what I was telling Damon, and I said it last night, I think, on the live, that the Hawks, one of their people, behind the scenes were saying that they felt with Quinn that they got it right because they're putting, they're putting savant with savant. They're putting basketball genius with basketball genius. So they feel like Trey is going to get Quinn is going to have the ability to get the best out of Trey because he finally has somebody he mentally respects first and foremost. And I think in that Miami series, I think he got to the point where it's like this dude, Nate, he ain't it. Like the game plan, tactfully.
Can you say that Nate probably lost respect for Trey as well?
Possibly it was mutual.
Yeah. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I think so. But I think the breakdown came from because remember last season you heard nothing about issues between the two.
Not at all. You're right. The only thing you heard,
I think a lot of it came from
was only thing you heard a little bit of John Collins and Trey early in the season, but
talk about the ball movement, and
but other than that, you didn't hear nothing about Trey and Nate. No.
Exactly. So I think it had a lot to do with the Miami series. I think Trey, and he said it at one of them games, I'm playing chess with Eric Spoelstra. I have to figure out a way to get us good shots. I got to figure out a way to watch film to see what they're doing to adjust. It's not we, it's me. So I'm like, okay,
I don't like that.
What direction is he getting from?
But Matt, I get what you're saying, but it's two sides to every story on that. Like maybe Nate did have something planned out, but Trey didn't believe in it, so he went to his own shit.
But that means Trey not a genius though, Ticket, because I'm sitting at home, bro, midway through game 1, screaming what Trey needs to do. You feel me? Matt, you keep telling me Trey shouldn't have to
do it at all. We're paying a coach $6 million to do
No,
his job.
No,
we're not saying it like he's not saying it like that.
You're right.
Okay,
Analyst. You're right. You're right. I'm just moving to the next point because Matt keep talking about all this. Trey is a genius, and he did it in that. And Trey said that I gotta figure out. Okay. If it's on you, then Trey, I'm sorry. If I see that you need to go faster and move the ball, then you should have seen that, bro. After game 1, you did it at times. To be real with y'all, we was about to lose to the Cleveland Cavaliers because of the same thing. But he got it right. In that second, he start going faster. He start going before they got set up and stuff like that. Or he'll move the ball. And we pulled that game out and won it. Because if y'all can recall that, we were struggling in a sense with that, how they were playing D and Trey was struggling a bit. You feel me? But that's what happened against Miami too. So for me, it's like, okay, cool. Nate, I understand. And I hope that it's be able to help us with it. But like, no, I can't give that to Trey, bro. Because like I keep hearing that. You keep saying how much you watch film. I'm like, bro, what are you watching then, Trey? Like, what are you watching then, bro?
But Mike, what I'm saying is, if I'm watching film, right, and you saying play faster, and they're triple teaming me, or they're trapping me, they blitzing me, right? And Travis, even though he's not here anymore, Travis even said it after we lost. What could y'all have done differently? We could have moved Trey off the ball. We could have ran more baseline screens, more sideline screens. Ran the ball from the side.
I'm telling you right now, Matt. Listen to me. Listen to me, bro. I'm sorry. Listen to me. I'm telling you right now. Before you getting into making it all that complicated, bro. Trey wasn't doing the basic, simple thing. Move the ball. He was not trusting his teammates consistently. I don't care what nobody say. Talk trash about everybody. But if folks actually, if I swear to God to you, if Kevin Huerter got a chance to put up 20 shots, even if it's just catch and shoot or off the dribble or whatever, I bet you he gonna make a great bit of them. I bet you would.
So Mike, how many? So Mike,
no. Let me finish, bro.
What was our one roster flaw last year?
Matt, I'm not talking about that, bro. I don't care what the flaw is, bro. It could have been a whole bunch of Tony Snells out there. You feel me? But Trey was not doing what he needed to do unselfishly. It took him to not continue to dribble the ball. Soon as he make his move first, he needed to go. You got the ball, and the thing is, he did it at times because that one game that we won or whatever at home, he did it. He went faster towards the end of the game, and what was that one when he got like the game winner right towards in the middle of the paint, right? Wasn't that what the situation was? Well, I'm thinking the Cavs still, but I think that's what happened. But he was going before the D set because what happens all the time, even if it's a screen or what it was, Trey, I told y'all already. Trey don't necessarily have the handles in the sense, I believe, that's top handles to get people off him and free him up. So they were able to guard him, yes, with the PJ Tucker. But every time he would go and he don't get them beat, bro, he would hold the ball and pull it back out instead of boom, being there and seeing that and moving the basketball. And then himself just relocating. If he's a basketball genius and if he watch game film, a coach shouldn't have to tell him to relocate and find the open spot. or to move the ball as soon as once you got caught. But he'll do it and then dribble back and try and dribble again, wasting the time and stuff like that. It's like, bro, be a little bit more unselfishly. This is not no series where they finna let you try and just break them down off the dribble repeatedly over and over and over. I would be able to take us just losing it because we had to rock with everybody, bro. Give every chance to do it. Like, it is what it is. We were actually hurt. Like, it is what it is, bro. But you still got to trust him. I mean, for JC was hurt. Which
LeBron
that messed up
wouldn't
the
have. LeBron, he should have watched film on LeBron on how to control a game. Because I ain't saying his game is just like LeBron, but his basketball IQ, I believe, is up there with LeBron when his ego is not in the way. So he can really, really, like, next time somebody like does that to him in the playoffs, he really need to look at how LeBron like handles like a Golden State, or how he handled Boston when they had Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and all those, when all them folks really keyed in on him. So I really think he has some stuff that he can learn as well as far as being played like that.
No, I agree with you. But the point I was trying to make to Mike was, if our biggest roster flaw last year was the fact that Trey was our only primary ball handler. We didn't have another primary ball handler that wasn't going to dribble through traffic and turn the ball over consistently. That was our problem. But maybe DeLon right in certain scenarios. But typically,
so how do you? So my question is, if that's our flaw, and that is one main fundamental of basketball, how do you combat that?
You combat
can you combat that?
I think you can. I think you can like Travis mentioned, you can combat it with the screens, with the baseline screens, the sideline screens, running the offense through the top of the key as opposed to the sideline where it gets trapped. You know what I'm saying? Cutting and moving. A lot of movement where the ball, you're not dribbling into the teeth of the defense. You're passing it.
Also,
but,
Gerald,
and making quick decisions.
But the pace.
You keep the defense honest when you move the ball.
No, I agree with that. But Trey has they was doubling triple teaming him. You telling me Trey couldn't get rid of the ball, make one pass into the post, and then that person make a pass on the perimeter, and you got a Kevin Hurt or a Lou Williams, Bogey. Yeah.
But Gerald and Mike, think about how our offense was set up. It was set up with no movement, right?
No, Matt. Even if you don't have no movement, the spacing can make up for it.
Our spacing is awful. Our spacing has been awful for 2 years.
That's not true.
I'll give you
that. No, I'll give you that we don't move, but the spacing ain't never a problem. Because when you run pick and roll, you got to have the spacing in order to keep the lane open. So that's not correct. That's not correct.
I see spacing issues all the time. Prunty brought it up a couple days ago, how he had to stop practice to fix various spacing issues. You know what I'm saying? So spacing has always been a problem.
I don't remember that being a problem in the Miami series. I know we stood around too much and we got pumped out. But no, standing around ain't got nothing to do with spacing, though, man.
No, that's two different things. But Gerald, a lot of times when they were standing around, they were 2 feet away from each other. Kevin Huerter was standing 2 feet away.
Oh, well, yeah. If they run an ISO, yeah, because everybody trying to clear out one side of the flow. But that goes back to the situation, system. Yeah.
But that goes back to the system. If we had a more dynamic system that predicated movement, cuts, motion,
we weren't gonna beat Miami, but we didn't have to go out the way we did. No, and that's on the coach and Trey. That's on everybody.
But I'm saying I think he lost a lot of respect for Nate in that series because he saw this dude can't make adjustments. He's not the guy that's going to take us to the next level. I think Nate burned.
And then Nate probably thought this dude ain't as smart as I thought he was.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's true. But I'm just saying, I think it's a lot.
I think we can agree. We can agree it was mutual.
I think it was mutual, it was mutual. But I think I put more of the blame on Nate because
we know you do,
hold on, wait, Mike. his literal job, and let's correct me if I'm wrong. I've been an assistant. I have never been a head coach. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Gerald
he's
can
a
too.
coach, bro.
The,
We get
the,
that.
the primary job of a head coach is to come up with, especially at the NBA level, right? It's to come up with the scheme.
Here's one more problem you got,
We
Matt.
get that.
Well,
Niggas
the
been
team has to
fired.
represent you.
Here's one more problem. One big part of Trey Young's game is y'all say it all the time, spoon feed. So I go off of that and I call him a Gerber baby. He didn't have his Gerber baby in the damn Miami series in Capella until it was too late.
That's
Yeah,
true.
but even the pick and roll,
that's a
was
big
stopped.
that is a. But I mean, with Clint like got half a knee. I mean, he can't even get no elevation.
But Gerald,
he know he's already not he's not effective.
But
If
his
Clint
original
said-
pick and roll partner, John Collins, was there.
No, John was hurt.
Yeah, but John Collins was
Yeah.
hurt. His
But
finger was not big enough.
our front line was injured.
But Gerald, go back and read
Yeah,
the athletic piece.
But what I'm saying is Trey Young is not the same player when Capella is not on the floor.
I disagree with that.
What I'm saying,
Bro, they have the most. Bro, they have like the
not a
number
genius.
one. I think they got the number one. Like, what's it called? Like Capella is his number one assisted person in his career.
I'm not saying it's not effective, Gerald. I'm just saying, like yesterday against the Nets in the fourth quarter. I don't think Capella played pretty much the entire fourth quarter, and Trey
He
looked
didn't
fine.
play at all in the fourth quarter.
No,
Yeah,
but
he was fine.
you're using. I mean, that's true, but you're using one. Is that I'm talking about a whole, like as a whole, Matt. I'm not talking about one instance.
No, I agree with you, Gerald. It's over you. I believe, yeah, the hookup is good.
No.
The hookup is successful because it's utilized every single play almost, like 99%.
But Trey needs Trey. I'm saying Trey Capella obviously needs because he don't have an offensive game. But Trey needs it as well for him to have to be just as dangerous because Trey doesn't get them floaters without Capella on the floor because everybody got to watch the live.
And hopefully we'll see tomorrow. We'll start to see it with Quinn tomorrow. But I think there is 10 different ways to get Trey the ball going towards the rim to hit his floater that does not include a high screen and roll. So, you know,
I can see that you can run them off a curl or whatnot. I mean, but it's a matter of Trey want to do it. I mean, we've seen. I think Nate and Prunty already tried to put him off the ball, and it ain't really worked too tough.
I mean, yeah, but I say this all the time. Like,
you need a lot of reps to get that, though.
I mean, that's true, but let's just be honest. Nate, his system was good in 2001, but this guy, his stuff is literally it fits the modern NBA. If I'm right now, what type of offense I want to run in the modern NBA, I want to run, a bunch of pick and rolls, but I also want to run, a bunch of cuts and movements and motions intertwined into that pick and roll. So there's multiple options on every single play, and you're shifting the defense from side to side.
You could just have better talent.
I mean, true. But I think no team has 15 All-Stars. But me personally, Gerald, I don't know if you disagree with this. I think if you put talent in a talented system, they're even better.
Oh, yeah. That's easy because that Phil Jackson, the main, is like the easiest example of that with a triangle.
With Nate, it was more
the triangle. The reason why the triangle was genius because Phil Jackson used that for the players that couldn't get their own shot. That's normally what the system's for. It ain't really for the superstar.
No, that's true. But I'm just saying, I think we all know this was Nate's history. His thing is, hey Trey, you're a superstar, a legend superstar. Go out there and boogie.
Yeah,
that's it.
I agree with that.
Personally, and analysts, I don't know if he agrees with this. He probably does. I personally think, tactfully, I think that's lazy. I think you need to enhance your best player's ability, not rest on it.
I don't think it was lazy. I think that might have came from up top to sell them tickets. That's kind of where I kind of hold wrestler accountable for that. But
don't they go in Don't that go in contrast with the offense that Travis described?
What
His
you mean?
the offense that Travis described is much more in line with what Quinn is talking about than Nate.
But now we know with the articles that Nate and Travis ain't really had no pull like their positions would suggest. That's why I said like Trey is a cash cow.
Mm-hmm.
He's a cash cow. Skip Bayless, he calls him a sideshow of the NBA. So of course, if Nate's getting instruction to this politics now, if Nate's getting instruction like, look, this is our guy. We need to keep asses in the seats. Keep the ball in his hand as much as you can.
You think wrestlers directed him like that? I don't see that.
Of course, they're not. He's not going to say it directly like that because he don't want it to come back to haunt him. But you say it in a way that it's subliminal, the way you can't get in trouble for it, but the message is clear. Kind of like what analyst says when a recruiter comes to see one of his kids.
No, I mean, yeah, I think it could work both ways. I'm not saying Trey not gonna have isolation under Quinn. Of course he is. You'll be stupid to not let him get ISOs. It's just it's not going to be so almost insufferable to watch. I mean, they were very hard to watch these last six. Well, take out Prunty's 2 games, but prior to Prunty, they were very, very hard to watch.
You gonna say we was hard to watch against Phoenix when we beat them by 50?
But I'm talking about the whole, Gerald. The whole. I'm saying like it's.
But
it's
I know,
no.
I'm saying I know you use Prunty. I'm being petty because you used 2 games from Prunty, and really, yesterday's game was not all that pretty. The first quarter was pretty.
It wasn't. And I said that. I said the offense.
But that's why. But Gerald, you realize that we were at our best when we were moving. We were running plays.
We was like that. We was like that with Nate. Prunty was the offensive coordinator.
Who was the offensive coordinator?
Prunty.
Oh, guys, I ain't never seen Prunty get in such energy.
No, I'm saying that because every time we had a good offensive game, Matt would say Nate was Matt wouldn't say Nate name. He'd say Joe Prunty.
Joe was
Nate was holding these assistants down.
Gerald, you the head coach, right? What if your offensive coordinator want to run something, and you don't want to fade to the back? You know what I'm saying? At the end zone, you're like, nah, just run the ball. I'm not gonna have okay. So the only time I have that problem is when we're about to go into halftime and we got the ball. The question is, okay, if we pin back in our territory and it's like 49 seconds left, do we take a knee and go into halftime, especially if we get the ball back, or do we try to score? Normally, I take the conservative route, and normally a lot of my offense coordinator, he always want to try to score. That's just in his DNA, and that's what I like about him. But in certain situations, I do got to step in and say take a knee because he could draw up the right play. But again, I got 8-year-olds. They fuck around and fumble, and then now the team got a short field with like 30 seconds left. They score a touchdown. Now all the momentum we had, that shit gone. So you saying you only step in at end of game situations?
No. That's really the only time I really have to step in. First of all, I have my guy as the offensive coordinator. So if I didn't trust him, he wouldn't be on my staff. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I think most.
Now does he do stuff that I agree with 100% of the time? No, but in football, you're going to have it. You have a conglomerate of different philosophies into one. Like it ain't like basketball where the head coach probably got an offensive and defensive philosophy. In football, you bring in an offensive philosophy as an OC, and you bring in a defensive philosophy as the DC, and then you bring in people under them that fit their respective philosophies. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So the philosophies are not gonna. The philosophies are not always gonna, like 3rd and 2, and he runs some. Okay, I wouldn't have ran it, but he the offensive coordinator. He probably know more about offense than me. I'm a roll with it.
Right. And Gerald, you're the defensive coordinator, right?
Yeah, I'm the defense coordinator.
So and the head coach. So Matt, I'll put it to you. I'll put it to you like this from the basketball side, right? Because it's slightly different. Whereas Gerald So it's kind of similar because right? I'm on staff and I'm the offensive guy. Basically, anything I tell the head coach, he's entrusting in me that it's gonna be right and it's gonna work. Okay. Now, when it comes down to up and down the sidelines, fixing guys, doing head coach things, whether it's whether we're calling timeouts or
checking on the injured guy, see if he available,
exactly,
see if he ready to go.
That's the type of stuff, that's not my job. My job is, all right, I'm the offensive guy. I mean, I was at player development too, but you can't do that while you're on the court. I had my offensive guy. I was the offensive guy, and everything on offense I was responsible with. Now, I've had both experiences. There was a few games where I had to step in because since I was lead assistant, obviously the head coach goes out, you go in, and where it's a lot different. Obviously I can take my head coach role and my OC role into full effect and just kind of direct traffic from the head coaching role, but it's a lot different. Okay, now I'm responsible. Okay, I'm a game manager, right? When do I call a timeout? What are we discussing during the time? What adjustments do we need to make? I'm relying on the defensive guy, but guess what? It's kind of tough because the head coach.
I got another one for you, analyst. I mean, cut you off, but if someone's in foul trouble, how long do you keep him on the bench?
Exactly.
If he one of your key guys.
No, exactly. I'm not debating on that. What I'm saying is, Gerald, is no. In my opinion, yes, you have assistants to help you with that stuff, but I think for me, everything that's under the umbrella of mental. So adjustments, rotations, everything that's under the umbrella of mental, that's the coach's job. That's what he's supposed to be responsible for.
Take the front office out of the picture.
No, I'm talking about during the game.
Yeah, I know. Take the front office out of the picture. During the game, the head coach is like the CEO.
True.
He's like the CEO. He's going to have the people around him that are probably smarter than him in certain areas. And then he leans on them for, support in certain situations and stuff like that.
Or even like the end of the game, as an example, right? Nate went to that bullshit he was drawing up that end of the game when he had. Don't
talk about in the game. I'm gonna bring up yesterday and when Prunty had bogey in.
That shit Nate drew up at the end of the game that almost had a 5-second violation. My thing is
he did have a 5-second violation.
He did get a 5-second violation.
Okay. My thing is Joe. Obviously, we've won 3 games with Joe drawing up the plays. So if I'm Nate, why wouldn't I either A, let Joe draw it up, which is what I would have done, or B, even if you don't want to do that, I would use Joe's example as a template. Okay, Joe used JJ as the inbounder, right? So I'm going to do something similar to that, or at the very least, not have Trey Young inbound it, even if I don't want to put JJ in the game cold, not let Trey inbound it. But Nate does something completely different than the
Matt. You
100%
right on that. I couldn't defend that. Nate fucked up royally on that one. You got that one. But there's no such thing as a coach ain't gonna put up 50 every night either.
No, that's
sometimes
true.
Sometimes his ass put up. Sometimes he put up 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying I tax it because we talked earlier about assessing blame. I just put more tack on the coach for like I said, everything under the umbrella of mental. To me, that's 90% on the coach. Some on the point guard, but 90% on the coach.
When you say mental, are you talking about you're saying like the instinctual stuff, the end game stuff that you have to go off of feel
for the game. That's what I said earlier. Feel for the game. Rotations, who to put in, when to put them out, what play to go to at what time, and who is that play called for. All those things are mental, and all that is at the coach.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, I'm gonna get White Mike in here. We'll go for a few more and we're gonna get off. I want to get White Mike in here. Just give me your thoughts. Quinn Snyder was introduced today, and listen, I am excited. Then after that, we're gonna get to this question right here. But go ahead.
Yeah, man. I'm super excited. I think he's the best we could have gotten. I mean, Udoka, I just don't think was hireable. You can't, I just don't think there's been enough time passed yet.
Hide your wife.
What's that?
He said hide your wives.
Yeah, I think that's that just. I mean, I believe the next job he gets, he's going to do well in. But Atlanta is just not the spot for him right now. But I think Quinn was a great hire. I think this stuff, the groundwork had been laid. I mean, this happened way too quick. I think they were talking. I think they could talk, with him not having a job and everything. So I think, somebody said it, and it may have been you, analyst. You're matching two brains with Trey and with him. And people can, dog Trey or whatever, but he is a savant on that pick and roll and pass, and he's got all the skills. And when people say, "Well, he's small," well, he don't do this, he don't do. I don't care what he does, he's ours, and we got to figure out how to win with him. We got to figure out how to win with him, how to put some, like Mike always says, we got to surround him with the right people, put him in the right situation. I don't like people saying he's a coach killer. I don't like all the other stuff. I think Quinn and him will do just about what Quinn did with what's his name? I can't think of his name. The guard that went to Cleveland,
Donovan Mitchell. But we need more than that, White Mike.
I know we need more than that, and I'm saying we need more than that. But like Mike said, he's got to put his people in place, and it's not going to be overnight. But what I'm trying to say is Trey is here to stay. I believe that. We've got to make this team work with Trey and whatever Trey's limitations are. And that we need some coach to go at it like that. That's all there is to it. And I'm a Trey fan. Hell, I'm a John Collins fan. I want to see John Collins make it. I'm not sure if he will here, but I want him to. But yeah, I think Quinn Snyder was a great hire. I think he's smart. I think he got the best out of Utah when he was there. And I don't care about these playoff records, man. He was going against some of the top teams in the West out there when Curry and them were rolling with Durant and all that stuff. So people say, "Oh, it's playoff record." Man, come on. Get me to the second and third round. Give me a shot at it, and I'll be happy.
Give me a 55 win. So there we go.
Yeah, give me a 55 win season and get me to the second or third round.
Top rank offense and
we
defense.
We done already won 60. Give me 65. I'll take that.
Yeah, well, I'll take 55 if I win the final, get in the finals.
Hey, I was like Gerald. I asked Gerald. I said, would a Quinn go 82-0? He was like, that'd be good, but he's like, I want more. But I get
gotta get to the finals.
Yeah,
gotta get to the final.
John has showed up. Mr. Famous a duck could pull a truck, and whatever else he got going on and saying.
John, let me start off by saying, John, I know they got to hit some shots.
Hey, let me tell you something.
John, what did you? Hey, John was on 92.9.
Hey, John was on the radio today.
John was on the radio.
What happened, John?
He probably got kicked off the radio.
He said, "Do the mind?" He asked these players' IQ matches the coach's IQ. That was his question was. I was saying me personally or whatever. He said probably not. So yeah, a mind is a terrible thing to waste, right, John? That's what you said.
Amen. And now you guys, I don't know. Well, I'll just say this. I've been calling sports talk radio ever since 1991. And these stations that have been here, I've helped build all of these stations here, especially 99, especially all of them. And thing is that, you don't win the championship at the press conference, gentlemen. You can't get a ring at the press conference.
It's a good start.
And, everybody can talk real good and can, interview real good and get hired and then take over the team. And my point in asking that question is that there have been times that our players have demonstrated that they're not ready for prime time. And in talking with Matt last night, he was, giving me a little background on Quinn Snyder about how intricate his offense is, how his offense is going to work, and how his offense is going to run. And we were talking about the fact that, or we were asking and bouncing a question back and forth between each other about really what is Quinn Snyder going to do these next 23 games? Is he going to try to implement some of the things that he has as offensive tenets in 23 games? Because I know, for God's sake, they can't absorb all of this in one setting for this short period of time. It's going to take an off season to really get this thing going.
Yeah.
And for people to, well, see, the thing is, you're going to teach it, you're going to get into the regular season, then a comfortability curve is going to have to, run its course in order for everybody to know what it is they need to do versus what they've been doing for the past 3 years. And, my question is, do we have the players here at this particular time? And I know there are going to be some changes. Do we have the players here that will be able to make that transition? And if they can't, no matter who it is, they're going to have to go. Because
I'll answer your question. I think the first answer is we're gonna see. These last few games, I listened to Quinn, and he talked about an important part of him starting now is being able to see what this team needs to take that next step to go for a championship. What do we need? Do we need this? Do we need that? Do we need mentally? What do we need? What are the mindset? What is the mindset? He's going to implement the mindset, the culture. He's going to start that. But what new players do we need? This is the testing period. We do some winning throughout it. I think we will. Good. But I think this is the testing period to how they're going to build the roster next year. Now, that is the two parts of it. I think currently constructed with Quinn, I think a full season with Quinn. But with Quinn, if he has his full system implemented, I think we can be a conference finals team. But
I agree with that.
But
he ain't gonna be able to put that full system in.
Yeah,
right, that's what I'm saying.
It's complicated.
No, I'm saying even next year.
But this is actually a good thing. But this is actually, but this is actually a good thing here because now
he just say the players were dumb.
He said it.
Dumb.
And
see
that
was the purpose.
I was talking to Matt on the phone.
Come on now.
The other night, and he was saying that Quinn's system is super complicated, and I said, "Hey, bring it on." But
now you can understand it, analyst. You might can understand it.
Come on.
But something more pressing right now. Now, in addition to me being on the phone on 92.9, one of the very first things that they jumped on the show following was this Twitter war between Mike Bell and Trey. Now, I don't like that guy. Now, okay, all right, that's fine. But my point is the maturity factor where you don't deal with these sport talk radio people beyond answering questions and just going on about your business.
Durant does it all the time.
See, there was a reason, to your point, there was a reason why Marshawn Lynch at the Super Bowl said, "I'm here so I won't get fined."
But that was well played. Listen, I have no problem.
Does it all the time.
I have no problem with Trey calling out these idiots on the radio. And let me say this: And I know John. I know you may be friends with it because you call it there all the time.
I'm gonna go after you, analyst.
Okay, I know you may be friends with it because you call it there all the time. But let me tell you something. I'm sick of these idiots on 92.9 the game.
Friends with them now. I am not friends with them. You ask them. You ask them because we go back and forth and round all the time to the point where they don't even take my calls from time to time. Okay, and see, thing is, a player versus me. See, that player cannot let these people get under their skin. You can't let them get on your skin.
But I've never seen Trey do this. Listen, I won't say I've never seen it, but this is not just a constant thing. This was something where Mike Bell should have been ashamed of himself. He should have thought before he put that out there. Such a vicious comment he said, vicious response, and he doesn't expect Trey Young to retaliate. Listen, what he did was nothing wrong. It's not worth getting fined for. And I think
did Mike Bell say to begin with?
It was.
I'm asking about the beginning. What did he say to begin with? Now
he was unrightfully criticizing him and being negative, a negative Nancy after Trey Young hits a game-winning shot. He always takes shots. This is not the first time he did.
No. This was before that. This before that.
That's what I'm saying.
No, this been brewing.
Well,
bro.
Trey posted.
No, that's what I understand. That's what I'm understanding. But I'm saying though is that I lean towards what John's saying because, like, yeah, bro, you got to learn how to just ignore folks. You feel me? Like you ignore them. Like you ignore them.
Mike, you just said you was upset that nobody stood up for him against Jimmy Butler.
Listen, Matt. Let me finish what I'm saying. All of y'all, I'm about to say it. Okay, Matt, I'm going there. KD lame, but even tweeting what he's saying. Everybody lame doing that, bro. You step to him straight up. Mike Bell in this city, Trey. Don't be tweeting somebody a hoe. Like, go talk to him. Man to man. Like, what's up, bro? Like, talk to him. Or you can actually call up to the radio station like, hey, look, I'm going to set this straight or whatever. Or just keep your mouth closed and wait till it's your doggone podcast. You know, but I'm going to ride with Trey. I got his back, but I'm just saying, bro. It's like, come on, you could have ignored it. Come on, bro. Look, me, myself. Y'all know I'm a Hawks fan. I'm saying the same doggone thing. Good job, Trey. You tweeting you know, I get it. I see the highlights. I share the highlights myself. He got a cool little quote. We fall, we rise, we do all this stuff. So I'm thinking to myself, bro. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's keep playing like we have these last two games. Me personally, put everything aside, bro. It ain't really no problem with saying, okay, just more like the last two. Like, yeah, we want more like that because if we play like we did during that 5-game win streak under Nate, if we play like we did these last two games, not under Joe and not Quinn Snyder, and if we do it under Quinn Snyder, we should be able to do what we all expect and hope and think. You feel me? I'm just saying that I think that was the missed time response, bro. Like he probably deserved to shut up whole another time. You know what I'm saying? Previously, but right then it was just like, dang, Trey, you been holding on to that one. I get it. Everybody says, bro, like, bro, just ignore that dude. But then the response from Mike Bell was like, and he exposed
I got you, analyst. I got you. The thing is, when you a reporter or you in any kind of media, you got the freedom of the press. That's in the Constitution. That's in the Bill of Rights. We got that. However, you don't get to control how the other person responds to that, though. Especially in this age of social media where the media has a bigger influence. I can't even hear John. Can y'all hear me?
He on mute. John muted himself.
Oh, okay.
We can hear you.
Okay. But yeah, you don't get to control what you don't get to control how the other person responds to it. Now, was it warranted yesterday? Maybe Trey was getting them for old and new. In other words, Trey saying, don't, even if Bell meant that in a congratulatory way, don't keep the same energy. That's what Trey always say in his tweets. He always say keep the same energy. Like don't pick and choose when you're gonna cheer for me. And also as the media guy,
But that's cool though. That's even better, Ticket. He should have just tweeted. He should have retweeted what he said. Keep that same energy and left it at that. I'm just saying, bro. Like you start calling somebody a hodo, bro. It's like, nah, bro. You need to at least like you got to do that face to face, then, bro. Don't. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like, come on, dog.
But
Mike, that's bringing even more attention to it. I don't know.
He probably don't know who that dude is. But what harm did it cause by Trey probably saying the truth, in my opinion?
You got to think. You got to think that
y'all are being fans. Y'all are being fans.
No,
y'all being fans. I'm talking straight up man law. I'm just saying that is flawed. Just straight up man law. If you can't call a man a hole in his face, don't go liking it, bro. Just simple as that.
I'm sure he would.
Simple as that.
But Mike Bell. But if you can't,
you making that assumption now. You're making that assumption now. You're making that assumption now, analyst. Mike Bell be at games. I would have saw him at a game or something like that.
And Mike Bell never says anything because he's scared.
Yeah, you can't like.
But that ain't got nothing to do with Trey being what he got to be. Let him be the lane that he is, bro. Everybody see that already. We all see that he lane.
He is lame, but it's a new generation. Like these media folks, they have a way bigger influence than they used to have. So a lot of these people, like Mike, they probably
what?
Say what? They have a lot of power.
He's not even no real media person.
No, that man got
even more credence. Why would Trey give this time? He even got a blue check.
But Mike, he legit.
He ain't Hot 107.9, but nah, he legit. But the thing is, go ahead, Matt.
No, I said that it's not just that. It's what he said about him probably lying about his family and medical emergency.
Yeah, like that.
So
like
it's
that's
a lot of other stuff that goes.
I heard that live.
Yeah, that's how the line. Like
again though, I'm not denying any of that. What I'm saying is that Trey, especially if it's that, and you feeling that type of way, bro, you step to him, bro. And you definitely do it after too. You still saying it. You keep that saying, bro. Bro, that's not gonna create no bigger scene. That's not gonna create a bigger scene because everybody not gonna see that. Everybody not gonna see that. Everybody's just not, bro. It's not. Or even so though. Actually talking to him. You can call that man on his job if you want to create no scene or something like that. I'm just saying, bro. Like, say something to the dude. That's lame, bro. It's the same thing. I see it in other stuff too, outside of just basketball, because it's old men and doggone the hip hop stuff and everything. Like I said, I just crossed over. That y'all do podcasts and social media got folks messed up, bro.
They're gonna be a lawsuit.
It ain't. But I'm not saying that. Look, Ticket, step to somebody does not mean that you're going to put your hands on them. I'm saying that, bro. You have every right to stand right there and say, "Shut up, ho," to somebody's face to face. That is not against the law, bro. You cannot sue nobody for that. You can't sue nobody for that. He said something. He want to say something. I'm not saying that.
I think. Let me get in.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm a proponent for people talking.
I won't be long, John. I won't be long. What I was saying is, I think a lot of that built up with Trey over this coach killer stuff, and like you said, they questioned him whether he was, his family had a medical. I just think it built up. But I do agree with Mike. You got to step to him. I'm a believer in that step to him because all that Twitter stuff, he's gonna lose that. In the end, they're gonna say,
in public. You're gonna have to see me in public, bro.
Exactly, and I guess I'm saying that he should have just let it go. But I mean, I also know Trey's been getting killed lately, man, and that's why I'm trying to take up for him here.
He gotta stand up for himself.
And Trey's been getting killed. No. Go ahead, John.
Now see, this is the thing right here, gentlemen. Stuff like this is remembered. How you reacted to somebody that did something to you is remembered. Because see, if you want to get in the Hall of Fame, you don't want this situation. Because he's right.
Stephen A. Smith, Mike. I mean, John.
Oh God! Hold on.
Mike Bill ain't got a blue check.
It's not the person that you said it to. It's the people that read what you said. See,
man, Durant does it all the time.
Durant first.
He had a burner account,
but Durant first ballot. He not going.
But
Trey may be.
First ballot Hall of
This
Famer.
Trey ain't first. Trey ain't
He
first.
may one day be.
This is
Not
the
yet,
difference.
Gerald. Not yet,
This
Gerald. He
is
might
the
be.
difference.
No, I'm just
between-
being real. He might need a little. Trey might need a little favor. Is what John's saying.
This is the difference between him and Durant. Durant has rings right now.
10
Okay.
years into his career, not 6
Yes.
years into his career, like
Yes.
Trey is now.
But
But
Durant
see-
also had. Durant probably had how many scoring titles Durant had by year?
And Durant
Four.
has hardware.
And how many
Durant has hardware.
And how many?
Durant's resume is beautiful. I mean,
But-
two-time
but-
Final
I think-
first
but hold on,
Finals
but John,
MVP.
but John, the burner account takes away everything what Trey did because you got to go back and look at some of the stuff he was retweeting and tweeting on that burner account. So it invalidates, you know what I'm saying, what we talking about.
Having a star with an edge is fine. to me.
Well, no,
I think it is.
no, not in the
Now,
domain.
now, yes.
I don't really care if Trey makes
Who
it.
cares about the Hall of Fame? I want to win.
Let me finish.
Could Trey have went upstairs and talked to him face to face after the game? Maybe, but I mean, to me, he's not important enough. Where I want that could turn into something that could be a combustible element right there. You don't want to put your guy in that situation.
Like I said, it's not the person that he talked to; it's the person that read what he put on paper. Okay, or what he put in the public domain.
I get what you're saying, John,
Who
about
read
the
it,
optics. I get that.
It's the optics, and the thing is that with all of just like White Mike just said, put that on top of the fact that Trey has been getting killed.
Time out.
What's up?
If Bell was saying if all his criticism was straight basketball, I would agree with you. But he made it personal when he said he lied about a family issue.
Okay, so what you do?
All bets off then.
Okay, fine. I understand that part. What you do is like what Mike said. Hey man, we need to have a conversation either on the radio or something ain't gonna like that. Because see, the thing is, if both of you are men, you're supposed to be able to discuss this and work this out and say, hey man, I do not appreciate what you did to me and what it was that you were saying. What you said was untrue.
But Mike, but John, what if he do like Skip did with Damian Lillard, turn around what he said, put it out what he said in a private conversation, and turn the context around and make it sound like Lillard said something he didn't say.
I'm just saying it's layers to it. No. That's why I said get on the radio so everybody can hear everything that takes place. Y'all sit face to face. Just like when Skip and what was it?
That don't damage Dame though. My bad, John, but that don't damage Dame though. That just makes Skip look well. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That further makes Skip look bad. You feel me? That ain't gonna do nothing but further make Mike Bell look bad and further confirm what other people already feel about him and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? If he decides to go and do that.
Hey, John.
But you calling names. You calling people hoes and stuff like this, and Mike Bell did not use that language. Okay, now, you've taken it to another level. You taking it to a level that it shouldn't even be at. Look, Mike Bell, we need to get on the radio and we need to get face to face on TV or whatever it is and hash this out in front of the public right now. Get that straight so that everybody sees and everybody hears what goes on. Hash it out, bury it, and then move on. Okay, but when you write stuff back and forth, a lot of times the context, even if you don't curse somebody, even if you don't disrespect somebody, some words that you use when you're just writing to people do not have the same context when they get it that you sent it with. So see, that's why face-to-face communication or phone-to-phone communication or whatever, where you all talk this thing out. And if you don't appreciate what he said, you let him know. If he don't appreciate what you did or said, he let you know. Y'all work that out. But doing that on Twitter, doing that in text messages, doing that in YouTube or Facebook or whatever, no.
We old school, bro.
Yeah, Yeah, and see, I mean that's what, and you know what?
But this ain't a kerfuffle at the family reunion. I mean, this is
it's worse. It's worse.
I mean,
because you got two strangers. These two strangers. They ain't no family. These two strangers, analysts.
Hey, analyst, get us back on Snyder. I want to talk Snyder.
Hey, listen, we got about 3.5 minutes to talk Snyder. I tell you that.
Well, now what about now? See, now I done found some dirt on Snyder, and I'm gonna keep.
Here we go.
That man a crackhead.
Oh yeah, get out of here! Get out of here!
He is
John.
not.
You can't put that out there, John.
That hair was telling me all I needed to know.
Be careful. John, be careful. That man is a Duke lawyer. He could sue you.
Yo, has anybody said? Has he said anything about his staff?
Yeah,
they was talking about Steve Nash and Jason Terry, but that's probably not offseason.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about his staff. That's what I was wondering.
Well, he did say something about the staff he got now. He said something about the staff he got now. Come on.
What'd you say, Gerald?
Is he gonna be the head coach tomorrow?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but he said he's gonna rely heavily on the people that are already here to run the team. He's gonna sit back.
Gerald, it might be like a Buck situation where Bud just sitting there and he let Charles Lee stand up and do all the coaching.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
You don't like him, do you?
You know, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know him.
I don't know him.
Come on, John. Give him a chance, John.
John Stockton to come back to coach.
Bob Rathman said he's a coaching genius.
Yeah, hey, we talked about that last night. I'm gonna give a man a chance, but see, usually I give a person 1 year to see what it is that they can do.
John, you want to hire Bob
Rathman? You gave McMillan all kind of time.
Exactly.
Hey,
man, Mike and Gerald and Damon gave McMillan.
Well, see, hey,
no. I said McMillan can go, even though he my guy. I just said replace him with somebody that's a championship coach. That's what I always said.
Did they?
Yes.
As of his reputation right now, no.
Oh, come on, take it.
Stop it, Jerry.
Bro. He's very now in the regular.
Who could we have gotten better?
Bro. Oh, yeah. I admit that. In the regular,
I mean, you got the best. Excuse me, Tiki. Go ahead, Tiki. I'm sorry.
We'll be a lot better in the regular season.
Gerald,
we'll be a lot more
season.
consistent.
I'm looking.
Hold on.
Every season has been no less than 17 to 18 games above how
I know. I said we're gonna be a lot more consistent in the regular season. However, that postseason, that's where he gonna earn my respect. We can go 81-1.
You gotta admit, y'all gotta admit his playoff record was against some dynasty teams,
bro. No, but when Nate went against them same damn dynasty,
no, he didn't go against Golden State. He didn't go against Golden State in the playoffs.
He went against LeBron.
He didn't go against Durant and Steve Curry.
1 year.
Went against Baby Durant.
Gerald, what about
Durant and Curry?
What about
no, I'm talking about when he was on the Thunder.
4-5, and Gerald, you would admit a 4-5 matchup is typically even, right? A 4-5 matchup is typically even.
Nah, he shouldn't have lost that.
He got swept twice in a 4-5 matchup. Twice.
And then Quinn, he got skeletons in his closet too. The motherfucker blew a 3-1 lead. And then
come on, Gerald. Come on, Gerald.
Bro, he won 50-some games. I'm talking about a 3-1 lead. You living in infamy for the wrong reason. That's worse than 28-3.
Doc Rivers been doing it forever.
But bro, he gonna be in quadruple. But the thing with Doc got a ring though, so that's why he don't. That's why he get forgiven a little bit.
But you gotta view it this way. You gotta view it if he was with us. Did he blow that 3-1 lead?
If what? Our group. Analyst, here's a better question. What would Nick do with that Utah roster?
With that Utah roster, I think me personally. I think he would do better with that Utah roster than he would. Let me finish. He would do better with the Utah roster than he did with the Atlanta roster as a whole. I don't think he would have got to the conference finals, but he would have had a better regular season, and he wouldn't have lost in the first round. I don't think because let me finish. even though Matt has said Nate is like the little engine that could, Nate struggles when he has real talent. So that being said,
All right, Gerald. That little engine.
We
that
got
could,
50 seconds.
And there's one more
Hey.
thing. And there's one more thing. That Jazz team was always had vets. Nate coaches best with.
Hey, Mike,
when
what you
you got
think
some
about the
vets.
hire?
Mike don't
30
like-
seconds.
Mike, what you think about the hire?
I think it's a good hire. I think it's a good hire. I mean, I'm not acting like he already won a ring or anything like that, though. But I think it's a good hire, and I hope that he get us to where we need to be. This team being consistent and playing mature basketball. I really hope he does get us there. Unlock us. I do.
All right. And I'll go ahead and say it for John. We got to make shots, and a duck can pull a truck. All right. Y'all have a good one.